Woo! Wow. I had no idea we were going to live stream tonight. Now, did we, Hendo?
Nah, I had no clue.
Not about this topic either. How are you doing tonight, Hendo?
I don't know. Like I'm about to crawl out of my skin. Listen, there are times in life when you are extremely happy. When my children were born, when my grandchild was born, when I bought my first house, like certain things just bring you so much joy and excitement. And for me, I can't explain it. Like just to hear the news that John Harbaugh was let go, it's not the fact that they fired this man. For me, it's the fact that we are heading in a new direction. Like Steve Bisciotti finally came to the vision that we needed to go somewhere else. John Harbaugh could take us only as far as he could go. I mean, he's not a bad coach. Now, I know people are just like, yeah, Hendo, hate the dude. Yes, I've been wanting this man gone since January 2012. I wanted him gone, ousted, but a man has lost his job, so I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm going to celebrate the fact that we now have an opportunity to bring in a head coach that's going to maximize the talents of Lamar Jackson. The possibilities are endless. Endless. Now, don't let the Ravens media fool you. They're going to tell you that the Ravens and John Harbaugh parted ways. That man was fired. Fired. And from the reports, I was in a Nitro stream, shout out to Nitro. He read something that said they didn't even let John Harbaugh speak to anybody in the building. Like he stepped in the building, and they was like, get your butt gone. And he was out the door. So, you know, for John, I feel bad for him. You should at least allow him. He should have had enough respect in that building to let him say goodbye to his coordinators, people throughout the building. He's built an 18-year career, an 18-year bond with a lot of people at One Winning Drive, and you should afford him that opportunity to at least say goodbye to these people in person. Let him tell him, like, listen, I'm not going to be the head coach anymore. Don't do that man like that. I dislike that man, but I do not appreciate the way that the Ravens discarded of him. I'm happy he's gone. So to this John, so for John Harbaugh, this is for you.
Wow. I see everybody who's here. Thank you. Shout out to all of you. The only thing we do ask is that, you know, if you could feel free to express yourself, you know how we do here. Just keep it clean. Just keep it respectful. And like Hendo said, I was not one that is, you know, I mean, I wanted him gone for the reasons of I need new leadership for my team because we just seem to be stuck and we're not getting beyond where we have been. And this year was even worse because we didn't even get to where we had been in previous years. So it was definitely time for there to be change. And I'm happy about that, of course. But on the same token, I'm not overly joyful or gleeful because, you know, a man lost his job today. I do believe he's going to land on his 2 feet as what I'm hearing. And all of this is just what we're hearing, right? This is speculation. None of us, Hendo and I, were not there. We weren't present. We don't have any insider information to give you. So it's just talk. But from what I understand, John Harbaugh already has 7 different teams calling him within 45 minutes of hearing the news that he had been let go. And to your point, Hendo, I think the way that he was kind of escorted out, that wasn't, I don't think that was right because, you know, he has friends, he has relationships that he's developed over the years. So, but look, hey, Suge, I see you. Thank you for, Hendo told me, I was kind of in a little fog at the end of the stream on Sunday. I don't know. I was in disbelief. I was upset. I was feeling a bunch of things all at once. But Hendo just kind of, you know, shared with me. Suge was there and he was not pleased with anybody who wanted to poke fun at me having a down moment. So thank you for having my back, Suge. I appreciate you, even though I can't stand your Steelers. But you, my friend, you're all right with me.
Oh, I'm going to party like it's 1999.
Davon, I saw that comment earlier. He said, dearly beloved. You know what? That's terrible, Davon.
No, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Listen,
I appreciate you.
Flawed has been messaging me saying, you know, you need to thank the Steelers for aiding you in this. No, it was a collective of the whole NFL. It was the collective of John
It started
Harbaugh.
with the Bills. It started with Rakib. But no, actually, it started a few years ago.
Right.
I don't know what that stands for, Ty, and I don't even want to guess. I know what it means.
Get the flock out of here.
I know, and then that's why he said a couple comments later, "Sorry, Yolanda," because
he said, "Get the flock,
right," and he had to apologize for even that. I'm just teasing, but we have our first super chat of the evening. Thank you, Big E3. We appreciate you.
Rave.
Thank you, Rave, for the $2 donation. He writes, "Thank you, Jesus. # Ben Cleveland." Look, yeah. I don't know, Rave. I don't know. He's still gonna hold out hope for Ben Cleveland, although he's with another team now. He's
with the Chargers.
He's with the Chargers.
He's with the Chargers.
He's with the playoff team, and he's not with us anymore. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kimberly. We got your back. I appreciate that. That means a lot because, I was. Hendo basically had to take over the stream after the field goal that we missed. Hendo had to take over the stream because I really didn't have much else to say. I would have, if I was by myself, I would have just hit the end button. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Hey, Cerebro, Yolanda, do you believe now? You know what? Want to give a huge shout out to Hendo. Hendo and I absolutely disagree. Oh, go ahead and just take your earphones off. You don't need to hear this part. Move on. Okay, Hendo and I disagree. And I was absolutely 100% confident that the Ravens were not moving on from John Harbaugh unless John Harbaugh wanted to go. That was the only way I could have seen an end to this. But Hendo was right. Hendo stood on business. He stood on all of his business. And he said, John Harbaugh about to get fired. I said, no, he's not. Yes, he is. I believe now.
You believe
I believe it now.
So when I speak these football things, like you've seen me over the years predict a lot of things.
Yeah, and you've been right once
about this team.
Once, maybe twice.
I've been right a lot of times. And I told you they were going to get rid of him because even the most diehard Ravens fans, like even the ones who have been supporting John Harbaugh over the years, were starting to get a little bit antsy. And they were like, what's going on? Like we can't go with this anymore. Like we're paying good money for these licenses to come. We're paying good money for merchandise and all as we support the team. And you're going with the same thing. Now, a question that I had asked yesterday earlier on Twitter was for those people that said John Harbaugh needed to remain as the head coach, what does he do well? That was the only question I had. What does he do well? And no one could answer that question. What? Is he a leader of men, like they say? He's not an X's and O's guy. He can't do offense. He can't do defense. He doesn't have his team prepared. He doesn't have good clock management skills. So, yeah, cool. He can get a job 5 minutes after being fired. Well, looking at my watch, it's been more than 5 minutes. And I know that he does have suitors, and congratulations to whatever team brings him in. I know there was an issue with some of the flock and Josina Anderson because she was like, grass ain't always greener, and people would love to have the culture that the Ravens have right now. And just to let people know, John Harbaugh did not build this culture. He killed this culture. He made it a Harbaugh culture where we had beta males running around. We have nobody that plays with passion, that loves the game, nobody that's disciplined. The issue I have with Harbaugh is he coaches just like his father, Jack. And Jack coached in the 60s. We're in the 2020s. You have to adapt to the modern day game. You have to bring in coordinators that are innovative and can find ways to beat teams. You have to have in-game adjustments. And those are the things to me that he just did not possess. That's why I thought that we had to move on from him to give Lamar the best chance. Then the indictment came with all the players. When they asked Ronnie Stanley, Derrick Henry, Kyle Van Noy, Lamar Jackson, nobody gave him a vote of confidence. Everybody was like, I love this team. And, y'all decide that. It's above my pay grade. So I think Bisciotti saw all of these things and thought John Harbaugh has truly lost his locker room. Lamar has not stood up for John Harbaugh for a while. There's been reports that there has been discord between the two. And I just think that it just came time. Like even John Harbaugh needed a break. He needed a different scenario. Andy Reid, great head coach for the Eagles. He got fired, had to move on and go somewhere else. John Harbaugh, the same thing. He needs a fresh start, just like we as a team need a fresh start.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, it's not, some of you have been Ravens fans since day one. You've been a Ravens fan since the very beginning, very first day. And shout out to you for sticking with a team that's so unpredictable. But I mean, I guess that's what we have to do, right? We love our team. And even though they carry us through the highs and very low lows, but um, at some point you have to take an inward look and say, what's not working? And shout out to you, Lindsay. Thanks for being here. Lindsay made a good point. This is a great start, but this is not it. This is not the end. So for today, we'll celebrate for those who are on the side of, I wanted John Harbaugh to go. Today, we'll celebrate. We'll appreciate the fact that, okay, we're going to get a breath of fresh air to represent this team, to lead this team. And hopefully there will be more of this to come in the coming days, because what I heard, again, we're just talking, what I heard was the reason for the firing was because there was a disagreement between Bisciotti and Harbaugh in terms of Todd Monken.
Right.
I guess Bisciotti and Sashi Brown, I'm gonna get to him in a minute, but no. Bisciotti, yes, I am. Bisciotti was of the mindset, like, we need to move on from Todd Monken. Harbaugh was like, no, we're not doing that. And it was kind of because of that discord or disagreement that we're in the situation where we are now, where we find ourselves. But, to think about it, well, wait a minute. Why aren't we talking about having this conversation about the defensive coordinator? Was he not the problem? Is Todd Monken the best offensive coordinator out there? Probably not. Is he one of the worst? Probably not. What can we say about our defensive coordinator? So again, shout out to you, Lindsay. This is the start, but this certainly cannot be the end. We need to see something else. We need to see more change, because this team had a lot of issues.
Thanks.
A lot. Shout out to Young Brew. Thank you very much for the $20 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Treat him like Harlem Nights. Put your mama on the phone. You think coming back? He must have been disrespectful to get pushed out. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or that money Steve had to pay.
Put your mama on the phone. Yeah, I ain't never coming home no more.
Steve had to pay back to the fans for them lost playoff tickets.
The merchandise, the gear, all of that stuff.
All of that stuff. All of it takes at some point you get tired of being sick and tired, right? 100%. You get tired of it.
100%.
You get tired of it. So thank you for the super chats tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you to the great ones. Thank you for the $5 donation. Right. Who do you think will be our next coach? I don't want Kingsbury. I'm going to start with this. I'm not going to give you my name of the people that I think would be good for the team, but I'll start with this. I want someone with experience as a head coach. There are names, and I was watching another channel earlier, and it was said, well, we can go out and get, the Ravens are going to do their due diligence. They're going to even probably interview candidates who are in the college football arena. For what? When you talk about taking over as a head coach, I'm just saying, I know they took a chance with Mike McDonald. I know they did. Seahawks did. He had no head coaching experience. None. And sometimes it pans out. Sometimes you get lucky. It works. But me personally, I would prefer someone who already has some prior head coaching experience. That's just my preference. Endo, what about you?
Prior head coaching experience to me is not a necessity. College ranks, I don't want to go for it, because if you look at the NFL today, a lot of these young innovators like a Shane Steichen, Ben Johnson, like you have these first-time head coach Mike McDonald that go out there and transform teams. Now Shane Steichen, unfortunately, didn't have a quarterback. They took somebody from Florida. I digress. But of course,
we're not doing that.
But of course, my first choice of all people is Brian Flores, because I think he will instill a discipline. He'll bring that Patriots way over here, and he's a winner. He knows how to win, and he can contribute to this defense. If he brings in the right offensive coordinator, we will be unstoppable. Now you also have Jesse Minter, who was a former Ravens DB coach and a former linebacker coach. He's got that defense in with the Chargers humming right now. Clint Kubiak, Chris Shula. There are certain candidates out there, and some of them have never been head coaches before. But I think it's going to be pretty hard for a coach to come in here and mess this up. We have pillars. We have foundation with this team that if somebody comes in, we got guys that can lead. We have Lamar, we have Derrick Henry, we have Zay, we got, some people say Ronnie Stanley, we have Kyle Hamilton.
Stop
we got Kyle Hamilton.
Stop.
And I was trying to think of somebody else on defense, but we got Kyle Hamilton. And I think with those guys, you have those blue chippers that you can start to build around. Now, for me, this is all going to be on EDC because this is the first time as a general manager, he has an opportunity to pick his guy. And I've said this before, it's a little bit different when you pick the head coach that you want, not one that was handpicked for you. Because now when you get your guy, you kind of have a closer relationship and you can ask him, what do you want? What do you need? What's going to make this team better? What are you looking for? John Harbaugh, as a Super Bowl head-winning coach, he had more input than he possibly should have. Brodney was joking about us drafting a fullback one year, and that was for John Harbaugh. Ben Cleveland was a John Harbaugh draft. Didn't work out. So I just think that now EDC's on the clock. So we have some candidates out there. It's not John Gruden. And I've heard some Ravens publications say that. I don't know why they said we're in a win now mode, so go get John Gruden. Outside of Tony Dungy's team, what has he won? Absolutely nada. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I mean, when you say go get a college coach, I guess the sting of inexperience is still really new or still really fresh for me. We got someone, and I know head coach and defensive coordinator are not the same thing. I get it.
Right.
But we had someone who was inexperienced at a defensive coordinator position, and look where it got us. Mm-hmm. And again, I already admitted it. Sometimes it works out. You got Mike McDonald. What experience did he have? And it worked.
All right.
And now the Seahawks are sitting in the number 1 seed in the NFC with prime position to win a Super Bowl with a head coach who had no experience. Again, I admit that I do, but I'm a little nervous about bringing in someone collegiate level, never coached in the NFL. I guess because of the experience we've had, or that I've had having our defensive coordinator who didn't have experience. Hey, Retired Gunny, thank you so much for the $5 super chat donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, I said this in Nitro Stream, but it would have been funny if Loop was the one to escort him out of the building. Now you know what?
just like he walked Loop to the locker room.
Just like he walked Loop to the locker room.
Hey, sorry, coach. I ain't had nothing to do with this. Don't blame me.
Yeah. Hilarious. I'm telling you. Ty, thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, Flores or Sala? Fala la 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 la. Gotta go too. A lot of our players gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let me know in the chat real quick. Does Marlon have to go?
Yes.
Or wait. I was gonna give an or. Or would you be comfortable keeping Marlon, letting him retire as a Raven, but as a safety, restructuring his deal, his contract, put him at safety? So again, I asked, does Marlon have to go?
Yes, because and I hear the people saying move him to safety. I get that, but that's what we have Kyle Hamilton for. That's what we have Malachi Starks for. I'm sure they may tender a contract to Ardarius Washington. That's what we have these players for. They may even try to re-sign Alohi Gilman. So that's 4 safeties right there. Why would we take a cornerback with a $26 million cap hit and move him to safety? He's clearly on the decline. Clearly. And as a safety, you need to tackle. His tackling has got horrendously worse.
All of our players have issues with it.
Okay.
Roquan Smith can't tackle.
Okay.
Marlon can't tackle.
Okay.
Alohi Gilman can't tackle. He's a safety. Okay. Malachi Starks had issues tackling. I mean,
exactly.
Hello?
So why would you add another with a $26 million cap hit?
That's why I said, does Marlon have to go, or would you be okay moving him to safety?
He's got to go. Rose got to go. Rose got to go. Rose got to go. And the way that he looked in that press conference, he looked like he knew that he played his last down as a Raven. Like, just the look on his face was like, man, I ain't worth this money. They about to let me go. But yeah, I'll take Salah. I'll take Salah. He got a raw deal in New York. But I'd rather have Flores because he's a winner and he knows talent.
Yeah, I mean, Marlon, I'm on the fence. It's like, okay. But yeah, Bateman is another one. Does Bateman have to go? What about, we already said Falele. What about Voorhees?
Yes.
Does he have to go?
Hard or Ricard.
Okay, this is going way. We're supposed to be talking about. We're talking about John Harbaugh. You go talking about.
You asked the question.
Anyway, we have a super chat, a $10 donation. Thank you from Vance Way. We appreciate you. Let us know, Vance, if there's anything that you'd like to share, or let us, if there's anything you'd like us to a comment you'd like us to read, we certainly will do that. Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. Look, we got to make some moves this offseason, and this is kind of, this is the test. This is the start, but it's an absolute test for the Ravens this year. Rakib, our favorite troll, who happens to be on the other side of, I don't know, reasonableness because he supports the Bills. I don't know what's going on with Rakib. But I think he's slowly, becoming a Ravens fan. But thank you for the $5 donation, Rakib. Okay. He writes, we'll give you Sean McDermott for a second-round pick.
I don't want that.
We don't want your sloppy seconds.
That man, a John Harbaugh clone. No, keep that man.
Chad, how would y'all feel about Sean McDermott?
No, what did we?
I said the chat. The chat.
We want his limits himself out.
I have a question for you, and then I'll read B Squared's donation. Question: How and for everyone in the chat, are you confident, or do you have belief that EDC will hire the right person to be our head coach? Or are you concerned about it? Hey, Dantana, I see you. Congrats to your team.
Yeah,
I don't know that y'all winning the Super Bowl this year, but congrats. Y'all are making y'all in the playoffs.
Major improvements. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. 86 Ghost B Squared. Thank you for the $5 donation. He writes, this is the same playbook. He gave Billick an extension and fired him the next year. Hendo said that was a pattern earlier this year, and I believed it. Y'all better stop believing Hendo.
Right, because you're right. Because now people are coming to the realization that it's not negativity, it's observation. Is that what it is?
No, because inherently, I think people know the truth. It's just whether you want to accept. I don't know. Maybe if you tell yourself, my dad used to say, if you tell yourself a lie long enough, you'll believe it. But I think people inherently know the truth. They just don't want to. They don't want it to be the truth. They don't want it to be right. They don't want it to be, John Harbaugh is not the guy for us. You don't want to believe that. You just want to believe, well, listen, it was because our quarterback was, out this year. It's because we had a rookie at kicker and he missed a kick. It's just, you want to believe that it's all these other things, but rather, no, it's just, he's not that guy.
Right. And I saw somebody comment say it was Lamar's fault because he took 3 steps back and kneeled down. In the NFL, most of these kickers nowadays are kicking 60+ yard field goals. And your kicker could make a 40-yard field goal. But more importantly, your head coach hired a defensive coordinator where Lamar Jackson hit 250+ yard passes to take the lead in the game. And your defense gave it up in 55 seconds. And people are saying, well, it's the defensive coordinator. Who hired him? Who saw what he did last season and said, you know what? I'm running it back with this guy. But let me bring in some older help for him, and maybe he'll get better. And he didn't get better, and you still kept him. So, stop blaming Lamar because he put on his cape and tried to lead this team to victory. But I'm glad that he didn't.
Hey, Justin Lewis, I see you. Thank you. Shout out to all of the channel members who are in here hanging out with us. We see you. We appreciate it. You go above and beyond just your coming in, hanging out. We appreciate the support. If you would like to become a member of my channel, Hendo's channel, there is a join button down below. Feel free to click on it. It brings up all of the tiers that you can choose from.
Yes, and make sure to come back later this week. I'm going to do a video and reveal the winners, the 2 winners, the one of the $50 Visa gift card and the one of the jersey of their choice. So make sure you tune in later on this week. I'm going to come out with something, video.
All right. When is that?
Friday.
Yeah. Kendall, you'll have to take this one. I got a coughing fit going on.
All right. Shout out to Mr. LJ Jr. With the EDC ties to Howie Roseman. It's interesting that Roseman was with the Eagles organization when Reed was fired after the 2012 season. Fast forward to today. Yeah. I mean, the Eagles seem to know how to keep talent around. And they kept the right man because, my God, what Roseman's doing up there in Philadelphia, that is a man who sees what he wants and he tries to go get it. The Eagles won a Super Bowl, and they decided, I'm going to give up 3 first-round picks to try to get Myles Garrett. I'm not done constructing this team because I want to win more Super Bowls. Yes. We, on the other hand, are going out here getting an Adisa Isaac, saying, you know what, he'll do. He hasn't played a snap, but he'll do. We don't need to go out here and get anybody else. We have a defensive line that had no push, has no teeth. And Eric DeCosta decided to go into the draft and ignore it in a draft that was deep on the defensive line. Like, he decided to ignore everything. So Howie Roseman is that dude. Les Snead is that dude. Brett Veach is that dude. Like, there are a lot of general managers out here that are out here trying to make their teams better. They see a deficiency and they attack it. Us, on the other hand, we're more concerned with comp picks. We think we win the offseason because we have the most comp picks that turn out to be absolutely nothing.
I forgot. I saw it in the chat. Somebody said Ojabo can go to. I forget Ojabo is on the team.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I'm reading the comments. I was like, oh, man, we got a lot of players that I forget about. Anyway, thanks for handling that one for me. 2001 born 4. Thank you for the $5 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, hey, Yolanda, what's up, Hendo? Thanks for the videos this season. I watch the replays at work. We appreciate you for watching.
Indeed.
Right? We do. We appreciate the support. And hey, if we can entertain you at work and make your day go by a little bit easier, that's what we're here for. So thank you for coming out. Look at you guys are just showing so much support tonight. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you, Maisha Dion. Thank you for the $10 donation. Maisha, she writes, hey, y'all, just passing through. Looking forward to a new era. I am too, Maisha. I am too. It's time.
Sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. This team, listen, this team can go in so many directions. I want them to pick a head coach, but I don't want them to rush to get a head coach. But I want them to pick the right guy for this situation, a guy that can bring in a staff that knows how to coach. We don't have guys that can coach up anybody because, as we've seen throughout these past few seasons, when guys leave the Ravens, they go out and have career years. Your boy Owe, he went to the Chargers and just blew up.
That's it.
Blew up. He couldn't,
I told you he was.
But he couldn't get one sack with this team. And that lends his hand to coaching. That lends his hand to John Harbaugh. We lost a lot of assistant coaches last season. And John Harbaugh decided to go out there and replace them with first and second year coaches. That's not how this works. You need experience to teach. You can't just bring in young guys and say, we're going to learn as we go, because we were already a Super Bowl ready team. We were not a rebuilding team. We were not a team on the brink. We were a team that was ready to go to a Super Bowl. And he brought in guys that just weren't it because he's afraid to bring in guys that he thought could take his job. But today, he doesn't have to worry about anybody taking his job because it ain't his no more.
Question, though. So I need to learn a little bit more about how the head coach hiring process goes. Who gets the final say?
General manager, really.
Well, wait. What if the owner wants candidate A, general manager wants candidate B?
Well, normally the owners stay out of that. They let the general managers pick the team.
I would generally agree that that's how it works.
But you just asked the question of how it works. So how are you going to tell me otherwise?
Because my thing is, if our owner had such strong feelings about the direction of this team, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying what I'm hearing. If he had such strong feelings about the direction of this team, does he have any say?
I mean, he's the owner. Of course he has say. He's the owner.
Exactly.
But under normal circumstances, the general manager, who they want. Now, this was a different kind of situation because John Harbaugh was already in place when Ozzie stepped down. And the way that Bisciotti built his businesses was continuity. He liked everything to be the same. So that's why he stuck with John Harbaugh so long. This is a different type of situation, one that new Ravens fans aren't used to, because now EDC can go out here and say, you know what? let me pick my guy, because a lot of times the owners want the general managers to sink and swim on their own, because they don't want it to be an issue of, well, you pick the head coach, he's not working out, don't blame me. So they let them, kind of off themselves.
I'm with you, Bully. Bully Bell says Lamar, EDC, Ozzie, and Steve should be talking amongst themselves about the head coach. That's what I'm thinking. I understand. Frank G. Life said the general manager is the one that picks the coach, but if we are going to 100% leave it in the hands of our general manager, how comfortable are you that he's going to bring in the right coach? If you already have concerns about EDC and his ability to draft,
we have concerns.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those.
But the outside noise is he's a top 5 general manager. This is a well-run organization. So if they already believe that, they're not going to question him. But yes, the owner, everybody, Sashi, all of them should have input. But when it comes to the final say on who they pick, it's going to be Eric DeCosta's decision.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Okay. This is where I need Lamar. To weigh in. I need Lamar to be a part of this. Because if just, we're picking whoever EDC said, whatever name he comes out with, he does the interviews, etc., whatever, background check, whatever he does it, he picks the person. What if it's not the best candidate?
That's the thing. It's a crapshoot. Even in 2008, when they let go of Brian Billick, the Ravens wanted to get Jason Garrett. They wanted him. He was the only candidate the Ravens wanted to be the head coach. He looked at this situation and was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay where I'm at and wait for Dallas to open up. We interviewed a bunch of people, and John Harbaugh was one of them, a special teams coordinator that had no experience as a head coach, no experience running an offense or defense, and we took a chance. And look where it got us. So for the people that say, what if we don't pick the right coach? If we don't pick the right coach, we fire him and get somebody else.
Yeah, well, we just don't typically do that. We don't fire.
But we haven't been able to do that because Eric DeCosta had no power in picking the head coach. Eric DeCosta had no power in firing John Harbaugh.
Right.
So now when he hires this guy, he will have the ability to say, you know what? This is not the direction that we want to go in. We're moving on. Now, we could have stayed with John Harbaugh another year, but what would that have done? Would it have been another year of missed opportunities, underperforming? It's all going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna live in the moment for now. I'm gonna live in the moment. Hey, I see you out there, Raven C. Thank you for being here. Make sure you go over and subscribe to Raven C's channel. Excellent content creator. Thank you for joining. We have a $2 super chat coming from Doran. Thank you, Doran. He writes, Bateman got a cheap contract.
It was cheap at the time, but looking at the production that he gave us this season, it really wasn't cheap. The dude got paid and decided to give us less than 300 yards.
Scrap, I know we fire head coaches, but when we should have fired John Harbaugh is my point. Not to say we've never fired a head coach. So no, I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying, look how long we kept John Harbaugh beyond his welcomed stay. That was the point. Bold and understanding. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We appreciate the support. He writes, despite the new contract he just received, the Ravens need to do what they have to do to get Curt Cignetti.
Okay.
I can see it.
Listen. Cool. I had my pick. Everybody has their pick who they want. Like somewhat John Gruden. Somewhat who was another one I heard?
I heard Clint Kubiak.
Oh, someone said Kevin Stefanski.
Yes, Kevin Stefanski.
Someone actually he's a 2-time coach of the year, but
someone asked me about Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy, I would like Eric Bieniemy to come in.
Somebody sent me a text today and was like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on Eric Bieniemy as your head coach?" And I was like,
Do you think
especially? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Hey, Alicia. Go ahead.
Do you think the general manager should have been fired too? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's part of the problem. All of this has not been at the foot of John Harbaugh. Like all of the ills of the Ravens were not his fault. He's been given a flawed roster. We have a general manager who told us, I need to build up the offensive line. I need to build up the defensive line. He did neither. He went out and paid and collected a secondary without a defensive line to get to the quarterback. So they gave the quarterbacks all day. Aaron Rodgers had his 2 highest passing games versus us. Drake May passed for 300 yards for the first time in his career versus us. Almost had 400. So to me, Eric DeCosta, I know a lot of people like him and believe in him, but for the amount of draft picks that he's had over the years, how many guys can you honestly say are studs? And I'm spoiled because I was there when Ozzy's first pick were 2 Hall of Famers. Who has Eric DeCosta picked that is going to be a future Hall of Famer? Kyle Hamilton is good.
I was going to say Kyle Hamilton.
He's not on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
You can't tell some people that.
So his one sack, no interceptions this season.
How many interceptions does Kyle have this season?
0.
I thought he had 1 earlier in the season. Probably not. No one. But thanks for being here, Alicia. Good to see you. I was going to bring up Sashi Brown since you brought him up. All right, listen. No. I'm going to address it. I wanted to go on record right here, right now. Sashi Brown is slowly redeeming himself just a little bit because, it's my understanding that he was in the, conversation. He was among I think the 3 or 4 of them who met today. And he was there kind of saying like, we got to get rid of Todd Monken. Again, the conversation should have gone a different way, but the end result is we no longer have John Harbaugh as our head coach. So Sashi Brown starting to, it's not as bad. Anyway, $10 donation coming through from the great ones. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. He writes, if we get Flores, I think a lot of our defensive players will immediately be upgraded or had them in cuffs. Yeah, Hendo, get off Ham. He was playing out of position, dang near linebacker for us. Now stop it.
Whoa. So here's the thing. Here's what we not going to do, right? And I appreciate it. I think Kyle Hamilton is a very, very good player. But what we're not going to do is say he played out of position because we lauded him for playing so many positions on the field. Did we not? Did we not give him credit for playing snaps here and snaps there? Now we can't say, well, he was playing here, so he wasn't that good. But my thing is this. For Kyle Hamilton, for me to be great, I don't need you to have to bring in somebody else to put him in a position to make plays. Ed Reed made plays, regardless of who the defensive coordinator was or who played beside him, was great and made plays. He didn't need to be put in a position. They didn't need to bring somebody beside. Yes, Yolanda.
I'm so sorry. This one is important, and I try not to interrupt because I'm working on that. Let me tell you something, the professor. If you have to resort to calling people names, that just shows your level of maturity. You can exit and not ever come back. And I promise you, neither myself nor Hendo or anyone else in the chat will even acknowledge that your absence is among us. Head out.
No, I mean, that's his opinion, but to call somebody moron.
No.
I feel what you're saying, but to say because he has no interceptions, okay, that's this year. What has he done to put himself on a Hall of Fame trajectory? He's had very good seasons, but
let me go block him.
Goodbye.
Yeah, let me go to, or he might have already been blocked. Somebody might have already taken it. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's the name calling that got me. You can have your opinion. If you think Kyle Hamilton is a future Hall of Famer, great.
So be it.
No problem. We'll see. We'll see in a few years from now, and be like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, Hendo was wrong. Right. He is a Hall of Fame. But what we're going to do around here is we're going to be adults. We're going, the rules around here are a lot like kindergarten. You'll keep the noise decibel level down. You keep your hands to yourself. You will be mature.
Maybe he's a kindergarten professor. He's a child. Maybe that.
That's not my business, but he's going to learn. Or he needs to.
But like I'm saying, I'm not trying to say that Hamilton isn't a very good player. It's just a simple fact that in the biggest parts of games where we needed him, where has he been? Yolanda, you said this throughout the season. I ain't seen a play from Kyle Hamilton in about 4 weeks. In the game against Cleveland, who dropped that interception that could have sealed the game and could have given us home field advantage versus the Bills in the playoffs?
Playoffs? What's that?
That guy. That guy. And I'm not down on him because I like
playoffs.
Hamilton, but he is not as great as you think he is. Derwin James is who you think Kyle Hamilton is, and he's not him. But that doesn't mean that I'm saying he's a bad player, because he's not. He's far from it. It's just that we tend to over evaluate our players. I remember there was a time they were like, yeah, we're going to get a second round pick for Tyler Huntley. What? They like giving us, like, we just look at our players and we like them so much. We just feel like,
handle that. You didn't have to go there with a second round pick anyway.
No, that's what they said. That's what they said.
You know, all right. Wow. Tone the Virgo. Hey there. Good evening, Tone. $4.99 donation. We appreciate you. He writes, Brian Flores, head coach, and maybe Kingsbury as OC. With Harbaugh fired, I would hope the pressure is on EDC.
It has to be. I'll take everything but Kingsbury.
Yeah, my only thought about Kingsbury is I wasn't impressed with what he did. I just wasn't. But more importantly, with Kingsbury, I think some team very well may pick him up as a head coach.
Right.
I do. I think he's going to get his opportunity again to be a head coach. I think it'll come this year.
You're wrong about that. He'll never get the opportunity to be a head coach again.
Never say never.
Really?
Never say never.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say never.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know that. Nightmare Kilo, hey there. Thank you for coming by and for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you. He writes, Hendo and Yolanda, you know I wasn't missing this. Ain't God good? Yeah, won't he do it? I'm tap dancing. I appreciate while y'all tap dancing, go ahead and tap the like button for us. How many of them are in here? I can't even see. But however many it is in here.
602.
Over 600 of you watching. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, hit the like button for us. Thank you. Make sure you are subscribed to both of our channels. Bucko Beezy, thank you for coming by and for the $2 donation. He writes, forever will root against Harbs. I'm a hater for life. Wow. All right. So here's my thing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not a hater of Harbs. I just felt like he overstayed his welcome. Right. But now, I get it, Bucko. Like I said earlier, some people have been been a Ravens fan since day one, and you have seen the up and down. You've been on the roller coaster a lot longer than I have. I mean, I don't know how y'all do it all this. I have to go up there to the castle and give them a piece of my mind. Like I can't take this. Thank you. Trinidad Ray, thank you for the $5 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, we have all the pieces and we're right there to winning it all. Bring Brian Flores. Love the show. And please forgive Tyler Lute. Let me give you a huge shout out for that, Trinidad Ray. I'm going to say this. That is important. That is very, very important. Forgive him some grace. He absolutely should be able to make a 44-yard field goal. No question about it. He is a rookie. This type of pressure, he'll never forget this moment. He'll never forget it. The next time that he goes up to kick a field goal, he's going to remember this. The next time he is under the big lights, he's going to remember this. Don't act like you've never made a mistake, because he certainly has. And I know I've made mistakes, and I had to look at myself and take a look and say, man, I should have done that. I should have been able to do that. But in the moment, I didn't. And for the people who are messaging him, DMing him death threats.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
Cursing at he and his wife, and y'all going to, all kinds of manner of ugly things. You just don't need that. Like, why are people so mean and so cruel that's what you resort to? Yeah, it's fine to be upset with him in the moment. Like, oh my goodness, he should have made that. Like, okay, I'll take it, but give him some grace.
No, I'm not. I mean,
yeah, you have to, because the same grace.
I don't have to do anything. And for you to say he's a rookie, Justin Tucker came in here and he didn't fold under the pressure, and he was undrafted. But more importantly, and it's not even for the missed field goals. It's not even for the missed field goals. For me, it's the penalties on the kickoffs. 53.3 yards. NFL field is wide. You can't fit a ball in there somewhere. But for me, I ain't even mad at him because he got me a new head coach. Happy birthday to me. No, early birthday gift to me. That's all I'm saying. I ain't mad. I'm like, but yeah, you should never resort to threats and all that stuff. That name calling, all that stuff, like you said, it shows a low level of IQ. I understand you're passionate. I understand that you're mad, but what is it doing? What are you threatening him doing? Now you're putting more pressure on him for next year. He already can't kick 50-yard field goals.
Yeah. So put that on the growing list of needs for the Baltimore Ravens. What do we need this offseason? What do we need? Well, before it was like, okay, we need to focus in the trenches. We need to build up the O-line. We need to build up the D-line. We need to look at our special teams too. Don't forget them. Right. Juan, thank you for coming by and coming through with a $2 donation. We appreciate you. He says, Flores and Jettas. Justin Jefferson has a cereal. I was in the grocery store not too long ago, and Justin Jefferson has a cereal. I said, what?
That's what's up.
Kudos to him. He's doing it. Listen, make your mark out there. Mm-hmm. Lamar is going to put some pressure on EDC. He needs to. Lamar has to be the vocal leader. It doesn't have to. We don't need to see it. We don't even have to hear about it, but it needs to happen. He needs to be involved in the conversations. He needs to be a part of these discussions. And that's what we need, because we have too much talent on this team just for us to be watching Wild Card Weekend from the couch. I'm just saying we need to live stream the weekend, Hendo, and hate watch. Who are we rooting for this weekend? Who are we rooting for?
Nobody.
Yeah, I'm rooting for I'm rooting for Mike McDonald. I'm sorry, I'm a Seahawks, so they're not playing this weekend. They got the bye, but
it's a slap in the face.
I'm rooting for whoever is playing against the Bills. It's the Jags, right?
Jags.
Okay, so I'm rooting for the Jags. And who else I'm rooting for whoever's playing the Steelers.
Houston.
There you go. Those are my teams. That's who I'm rooting for. That's it. Whoever's playing, exactly, Liv B. Whoever's playing against the Steelers, I'm rooting for the Texans and the Jags this weekend. There you go. You think so, Holy Grails? You think Jag gonna blow out the Bills?
Yeah, they are.
Where are they playing?
Jacksonville.
I don't know. Free Wi-Fi. Thank you for the $20 donation. Thank you for the support. He writes, to be fair to EDC, Harbs didn't really allow guys to come in and compete. Who honestly knows what kind of talent we have on this team? Harb's biggest problem was he was too loyal. It made him coach with tunnel vision. Good point.
That is a great point. I can agree with that. And like it was some guys that even like with the Ben Cleveland situation, we don't really know how good Ben Cleveland could have been because he never got an opportunity. Andrew Voorhees was handed a job. Lele was handed a job. And for some reason, they could never seem to lose it, no matter how badly that they played. And EDC did draft certain guys for John Harbaugh. So now we get a fresh start. It's a clean slate. We get to see what EDC does during this draft and what kind of players that he brings in. No longer do we have to bring in the Kamale Correas and the Bronson Kafusis that are just good guys and don't know how to play football. So we get to see what the general manager is going to do.
For as much as you give me grief when I bring up Sashi Brown, and moving forward, I'm not going to say as many not so positive things about him because I do appreciate what he did today. But as much as you just frown up at me every time I bring up Sashi Brown, if I hear about Camelus, Correas, and whatever the guy's name, Bronson and Frucy, if I hear about them one more time, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream. Yeah. I hear you. Oh, hey there, Lady Laura Baltimore. Hey. Thank you for being here. I will miss Harbs, but I know we needed to change. So respect my privacy. I'm grieving right now. I appreciate you. That's honesty, and that's fair. That is fair.
He wasn't a terrible head coach.
He wasn't.
He just couldn't keep his team in the lead with 10 plus points. He just didn't make any adjustments. He just didn't do anything to kind of help this team progress along. He stayed in his archaic ways and refused to progress with the times. That was my biggest problem with John Harbaugh, is that the times changed, but his coaching style didn't. He coached not to lose instead of coaching to win. And even Lamar said, like Joe Flacco said it, we need to keep our foot on the gas pedal and go out here and put these teams away. But John Harbaugh was like, no, let's play great defense, run the ball, kick field goals. And it didn't work for us. That's not how the NFL is played anymore. So, I mean, I feel you. I ain't going to miss him because now I get to leave the end of the bar and find a new home.
You know what? That is right. That background will no longer be. So when we come back and stream tomorrow, you will not see that background.
Whoa. Do I work tomorrow? No, whoa. Wait, no, ain't.
You'll see how I just kind of like,
okay,
did that right there.
Okay,
Ricard is a keeper. See?
Okay.
And what are we going to do with him when we keep him?
And this is my
thing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think Ricard is a keeper if we do not make any moves to change this offensive line. We need Pat Ricard out there blocking. But if we actually make some moves this offseason and bring in some reinforcements for this O-line, I don't know. Pat Ricard might not be as necessary.
He won't be necessary. The reason that people say keep him is we need him for blocking. If we get a competent offensive line, what threat does he pose? Like, my thing is, instead of having a fullback out there, you can put another weapon on the field. And shout out to him. He made a great catch the other game. But imagine if that were a running back or wide receiver. How much more yardage could they have picked up, being that they're not 300 pounds running the 5.2? That's my thing. Like, we don't in 2026, we don't need a fullback, especially with being, I'm not gonna say cash strapped, but why waste $4 million on a fullback?
Yeah. Hey, Killer Cam, he's like, he wouldn't mind keeping Ricard if it's really, really cheap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping Ricard too, especially, like I said, if we don't do anything with O-line. Sure, keep him. But if we go out there and we bring in some O-linemen, then we bring in 2 guards, a tackle, and just revamp the whole line.
We have a lot of needs this offseason. A lot of needs. And that's only because your general manager has not drafted well in the past.
Yeah.
For a top five GM, why do we keep needing the same positions each and every season? And then after we draft those positions, we go out in free agency and sign guys for the positions that he just drafted. But then still the very next season, we need those same positions in the draft again. How does that make sense to anybody?
Question for you. And this is because I saw Justin Lewis's comment. Look, if John Harbaugh gets another job as a head coach in any other team, who cares? It doesn't matter. And one thing that was said about him, he might take his players or some of his coaches with him.
Right.
Will he take Falele with him? I'm asking a serious question. I promise I wasn't trying to be crass.
I'll give you a serious answer. No, he will not take Falele.
No, I'm serious. Real talk here. If Harbaugh lands a head coaching job, will he take Voorhees? Will he take? I'm thinking about whoever, and I'm just throwing these names out, but think about a player who's entering free agency, who was very underwhelming for us this season, last season, maybe the one before that. Is he taking him?
But this is the thing you have to realize. Whichever organization that he goes to is a new organization. He doesn't hold the same power. So the general manager has to sign off on bringing him in. If I'm a general manager, I'm like, file who?
And he said, just look at his tape. He's great.
Right. The league has looked at his tape, so.
Kimberly, she said, take all the 70s. Just go ahead and take them all. Take them all. Hey, CES Junior said, please do take them. Yes. Hey there, Yard Lee HBK. I'm just going to call you Yard. Thank you, Yard, for the $5 donation. We appreciate the support. He writes, Giants fan here. My girl is a Ravens fan. Oh, that's awesome.
Woman.
If you guys want John, well, I mean, you can have him. He's not with us.
They're saying.
I know they're saying that he is number 1 on the list. John Harbaugh is number 1 on the Giants list of hiring.
Y'all don't want him.
I was at the game against the Patriots. John Harbaugh lost me $200. Shaking my head. Okay, well, all right. Well, then you know what, Yard? I can tell you, Yardley, I can tell you that you don't want him. You don't want John Harbaugh because you're still upset because he lost you $200 at that game. And we almost had it. We should have beat the Patriots.
Thanks.
We should have beaten a lot of teams this year, but I move on. Webb Weaver, thank you for the $10 donation. Thank you for the support. He writes, I don't think it's fair to criticize any defensive player on this team. Since Orr took over, all of our first rounders and Pro Bowl defensive players forgot how to play defense and look lost. I mean, but There's merit there. There is merit. But I think it's also fundamentals. Even though your coach is supposed to be your leader, supposed to kind of like pull the best out of you and bring forth all of the skills, the talent that you have and maximize it, right? There's still fundamentals that you just don't forget. You've been playing this position for many, many years. Some of these players have been playing since they were 5 years old, 6 years old. You've been playing for how long and you forgot how to tackle? I'm talking just your basics.
Right.
You go out there, put the man on the ground. Scheme, that's different. That's going to fall on your coach, your defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't remember how to tackle,
right.
And we seem to have forgotten that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's merit to this, but I come from an era of Ravens football where no matter the defensive coordinator, players made plays. They didn't have miscommunications in week 18. My two top guys aren't arguing in the middle of the field because somebody was supposed to be somewhere and they forgot where they were supposed to be. But I mean, I get it. I think they're going to be markedly better once you bring in a new defensive coordinator that knows exactly what he's doing. I think they're going to show that they are Pro Bowl, all-pro players. It's just that I thought that great players are supposed to overcome coaching. That was just my thought process.
Yeah. Chris, thanks for coming by. Thank you for the $2 donation. He writes, John's doghouse is no longer a thing. Thank God. It is. You're absolutely right.
Thanks.
The doghouse is no longer a thing. Hendo being at the end of the bar is no longer a thing. So, brighter days ahead. Brighter days ahead. Kamar, thank you for coming by. And for the $5 donation, he writes, a missed kick by Luke, and John got the boot. Won't he do it? My God can make a way. Look, as heartbroken as I was on Sunday, I was down. As heartbroken as I was on Sunday for that extra, that field goal.
All right.
If it got us to today.
This is the quietest I've seen you ever. You just didn't want to talk to nobody. You didn't want to deal with nobody. But then somehow this news came and it revitalized you.
Yeah,
almighty tongue everlasting.
Yeah, the last couple of days it's just been, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't have anything else to say. I need to sit in my thoughts and just try and make sense of this. But Marco G, hey there. Thanks for coming by. And for the $5 super chat, he writes, Harbs is a good coach for a team that needs a culture reset and their floor raised. Good point. But he did not have what it takes to raise the ceiling. Yeah.
I don't know about all that. He killed the play like a Ravens culture. He killed it with wanting nice guys here. Guys that told the line to me, in my opinion. Like he is a good head coach, but I don't think he has a culture, because if you look at the Ravens now, what is our identity? We haven't had an identity for a very, very long time. And if you look at after Ray Lewis and before Lamar Jackson, what was the culture? What did he raise with this team? One playoff appearance? Like it didn't look good.
Yeah. So it's time now to see what direction the Ravens are going to head in, what direction we're going to take. How serious are we about getting back to being a feared team, a team that when you see them on your schedule, you say, oh man, we got to play the Ravens this year. How serious are we going to be? That question is only going to be answered over the, upcoming weeks, months during this offseason. How do we do in free agency? What do we do in the draft? Do we keep EDC? Does he need to be fired? What about Zach Orr? Is he staying? Because to me, don't waste time. Don't wait until, April, March to decide, oh, you know what? I think Zach Orr needs to go. No, because you want to get a candidate out there who has not accepted a position elsewhere. So don't wait. If you're really thinking, hey, we need to make some moves with our coaches, then you need to start now. If you need to clean house, don't wait, because all of the top tier replacements, they're going to be gone. And then you're going to be left with, oh, well, he really wasn't our first choice, but he's what's left and he'll do as a defensive coordinator. So that's my only thing. Make moves now. Be aggressive.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
yeah. Well, family, thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate each one of you. Make sure that you subscribe.
Still 500 people in here.
Wow. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button for us. It helps our channels a lot. And I don't know, we might be back this weekend so that we can hate watch. A lot of us are rooting for the Texans. A lot of us are rooting for the Jags. So look. Yeah. Thank you, Danity. That's right. Thank you all for your support.
Yes, make sure you check us out tomorrow morning, 6:15 a.m. Myself and Jose from Lunch Break Hot Take. If they're not live now, they should be going live later. Make sure to check out the morning show where we discuss more on this topic and anything else going on in the world of sports. So check us out. Subscribe to the channels. We all have goals around here. We appreciate the love that has been shown us, especially recently. Like, I don't know what's happened, but we have kind of blown up a little bit. And it has to do with the hard work that a lot of people put in around us to kind of help us out. And we just like y'all just hanging out with us talking football. I mean, you may not agree. We're not going to all agree on everything, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't care what your opinion is. I will never disrespect you. I will never tell you that you're wrong, even if you're wrong, because that's your opinion. I can't tell you how to feel about your opinion. And I'm never going to call you. I'm never going to call you a name, but I'm going to tell you like this. If you catch me offline though, it's going to be a different story. Believe that.
Thank you for tempering it. And Shucks is always hating Yolanda. No, I'm just telling you, look, Steelers aren't winning. You guys aren't beating the Texans. And lest any man boast, hi there, hi. But Ravens should hire Deion Sanders for what?
And I'm a Deion fan. I'm a Florida. That's my guy. Greatest cornerback in history. No.
I just want to know for what. Hire him as a what?
Defensive backs coach.
Okay. Nah, I'll pass. Yeah. Channel is growing rapidly. That's right. That's right. It's because of you. It's because of all of you. Thank you. We're going to get out of here and stay tuned. Lock in because this can't be the end. This is just the beginning. So look for us to be back tomorrow when we hear some other breaking news. Hopefully we hear that our defensive coordinator is gone. Hey, do you think John Harbaugh is going to take him with him?
Say who?
Zach Orr. I asked if he was going to, but I asked if he would take him.
I hope so. I hope you take him. Listen, you love your guys. Take him. Demote him to a linebackers coach. That's fine. That's fine. He's held that position before. So he has experience doing that. He's never had experience as a defensive coordinator. And this was not the time or the place for him to start, to get his teeth cut in. Like we were 2 years removed from an AFC championship game. 2 years removed. We didn't need to bring in somebody and wait for his growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Christine said, take him. Just go ahead and you can have him. Take Zach Orr. And that could be. He might not get fired. Harbaugh might just take him with him. And 100%. There you go. But my only thing is, I don't want us to wait for another 2, 3, 4 weeks. And here we are, February, going into March. And, we're just now making the decision that we need a new defensive coordinator and everybody else is already signed. That's what I don't want.
What's going on, Alvin? Yes, son. This is me. This is me. Shout out to the 21215 up by Pimlico Racetrack. What's good?
Hi, Alfred. Yeah. So,
but we about to get up out of here. We appreciate you for all the love you've shown us, the super chats, everything. Just liking and watching us is enough for us. But if you want to do more, we appreciate that. We appreciate that as well. And we will see you next time. Like maybe another time this week. I think I only have to work Thursday night this week because it's the birthday weekend. So maybe don't quote me on it. Yeah, that
means we got to do a birthday stream. We got to stream for Hendo's birthday.
Listen, Danny, that 21215, that 21215 is a special zip code. It's
Baltimore
a special place.
Love.
Yes,
I love it. I love it.
Appreciate y'all.
See you in Mom Ave.
Hey, what's up, Mom? But we're about to get up out of here. Make sure to look out for the lunch break hot take. They should be coming up sometime soon. Coach Evans, Raven C, all of the guys, support them and show love. And we appreciate you guys. And we will see you next time.
Take care, family.